Title: I made a mistake and destroyed my relationship. He shut the door in my face and completely cut off all contact. The next day, I attempted to show up at his workplace, but there was security at the entrance, and you needed an employee to let you in. When I asked them to call him at his desk, he refused to take the call. Today, I find myself crying my eyes out. Hi everybody! I'm leading a goal of 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I truly believe we can achieve it together. So if you could hit that subscribe button, it would really mean a lot to me. Now, let's dive into the story. I'm a 29-year-old woman, and I completely misjudged my 31-year-old boyfriend, assuming he was cheating. Now, I've wrecked everything. We had been together for over 2 years, and I always felt incredibly lucky to have him, thinking I had hit the jackpot. I wanted nothing more than to marry him, but I've managed to ruin it all, and I don't know if there's a way to fix it. Last week on Friday we were hanging out at my place. He was about to leave, and while he was in the bathroom his phone pinged. It was a message from Jennifer, not her real name, saying, "Just checking if we're still on for tomorrow night. You're picking me up, right?" My heart sank. He doesn't have a lock on his phone, so I checked the message history. I saw a recent message from her saying, "It's me. Is it okay if I text you?" He had responded positively, adding a few emojis. He said he would take her out on Saturday and she could choose the place. When he returned from the bathroom, I quickly turned off his phone and felt frozen. I should have confronted him, but I was just too numb, my heart pounding. He left saying, "Talk to you later." That entire night I felt sick. The next day, I decided not to confront him immediately, which was another mistake. Around noon, I texted him, asking about our plans for that evening to see what he'd say. He replied that he had forgotten to tell me he had plans at his brother's house, about 90 minutes away, but we could do something on Sunday. I didn't reply, I just watched everything fall apart. Finally, I sent a message asking when he was heading to his brother's. He responded that he was already on his way and would text me later. I got in my car and drove to his brother's house, thinking I'd catch up to him since he had a head start. When I arrived, his car was nowhere to be seen. I should have gone to the door and talked to his brother, but I was a mess, so I drove back home. That night, I put his things in a box, and the next morning, I drove to his place. I had rehearsed what I wanted to say, keeping it calm, but when I pushed the box into his chest and said, "I know about Jennifer, we're done," he smirked like he thought I was joking, and I lost all control. I said some horrible things, telling him I could find a hotter, better boyfriend easily, and I should have upgraded long ago. I added that I'd find someone who wouldn't make me fake it during sex. The truth is, I never faked it, I genuinely enjoyed being with him. I also made a cruel comment about his size, knowing he was self-conscious about it. I wanted to hurt him because I felt hurt, and I know it was wrong. He stood there in shock, tears in his eyes. I told him that when Jennifer gets tired of his lousy sex, not to come crawling back to me, and I began to leave. That's when he told me Jennifer was his 12-year-old niece. I had only met her a few times, and I knew her as Meimei, which is a Chinese nickname significant to her family. His sister-in-law is from China. I wasn't sure if I ever knew Jennifer was her real name, but I'd always called her Meimei. She had recently turned 12 and got a phone for the first time, which explained the new text conversation. I knew she had just turned 12, and he had missed her birthday party because of a work conflict. I knew he promised to make it up to her with a special outing, but I didn't connect the dots. He shut the door, cutting me off entirely. I pounded on the door until I was sure he had left out the back. I showed up at his job the next day, but they have security at the entrance, and he refused the call when I asked them to contact him. I reached out to mutual friends, but they told me he saw how I truly felt about him and couldn't stay with someone who pretends to care but secretly wants something better. But I don't want anyone else, I want him. This is all my fault. He did nothing wrong, yet I said things just to hurt him because I was convinced he was cheating. I realized saying things to hurt him was awful, and I despise myself for ruining our lives. I've considered paying for a polygraph test, hoping it might convince him I didn't mean what I said. I've even looked into places in the city that offer this service, but if it sounds desperate, it's because I am absolutely desperate. I just want to die. 2 weeks ago, I thought he was going to propose on Valentine's Day based on his plans, and today, I'm in pieces, knowing his friends are planning to help him find someone new to get over me. Every time I think about it, I feel like I'm going to vomit. To sum it up, I believed I had undeniable proof he was cheating and lashed out with the cruelest things I could think of. The other girl turned out to be his 12-year-old niece. He thinks my harsh words reflected my true feelings and has broken up with me. I've destroyed my life over a single weekend. Edit, just wanted to say I agree with all the comments criticizing me. I made all the wrong choices, acted like an immature fool, and have no one to blame but myself. I understand I've caused him significant pain, and I feel disgusted by what I've done. I sent him a letter apologizing and told him I wouldn't try to contact him anymore, so he doesn't need to worry about me showing up. I expressed how sorry I am for disrupting his life with my immature outburst, but I also asked him to believe that I didn't mean any of the things I said. I considered going through with the polygraph and sending him the results to give him peace of mind in his future relationships, not to win him back, but it feels too extreme. So, I'm going to let it go. I told him that the time we spent together was the best of my life and that whoever is fortunate enough to be with him next will feel like they've won the lottery, just like I did. I realize I've ruined my own life, but I hope he can recover from what I've done, and the damage will be more limited to me than him. My thoughts, she's trying to claim, what I said wasn't true, but yes, it was. Throughout the story, she's upset because she thought he was about to propose, which suggests all she cared about was having a relationship to show off, a ring on her finger. She didn't genuinely want to marry him, she just wanted the status. The minute she felt it slipping away, she lost it. She admitted everything she thought of him in a fit of rage, and now she's upset because she lost him. Leave him alone, you're stalking him. Showing up at his job, calling him, and thinking about taking a polygraph test? Stop. He's moved on and you should too. You've shown him who you really are and he knows his worth. Move on and learn from this. Alright, let's check out the comments. Many agree that while it's understandable to be concerned, the way she handled it was horrible. A simple question about who Jennifer was would have been enough. Instead, she blew up over something so small and innocent. She's getting the consequences of her actions now. Most people feel there's no coming back from this, he'll never feel safe or secure with her again, knowing how quickly she can turn on him. It's sad but true. She made her bed and now she has to lie in it. She needs to learn from this and hopefully do better next time. And that's the end of this video, everyone. If you have any thoughts you'd like to share, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this content. Turn on notifications to stay updated on my latest posts. See you next time.